Man, I can't believe we're back. We're gonna be back, I mean.
That's right, we're gonna be back.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. This is going to be my new Rick and Morty Season 4 trailer video for the back half of the season. They released a new Mr. Poopy Butthole promo to fill in the gap between the first half of Season 4 and the second half. So if you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. I will keep doing bonus videos for the series while we wait for episodes to come back. And we are still doing that merch giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave your favorite moment from the season on the video. So as they've done in the past, they use his character to sort of tag the end of a block of episodes in between seasons, even though technically it's the back half of Season 4. It's not like we're going from Season 4 Episode 5 to Season 5. There'll be Episodes 6 through 10 next year. But starting with Season 3, they started to get really crazy and meta with it, releasing these kinds of trailers to fill in the gaps in his timeline between seasons. Whereas in a traditional series, you would actually expect to get this backstory through some exposition in an actual episode. Like in Season 4, Episode 3, he just shows up as a professor teaching a lecture course, so either he's an alternate version, or he just got his PhD really fast after he got his GEED, as he calls it, in that Season 3 post-credit scene. This one is really just for the Christmas holiday this week, but it's Mr. Poopy Butthole going on vacation with his wife and son at a cabin, and Rick portaling in to check on him and then leave. The cabin is supposed to be a reference to the same cabin that Rick's family went to hide out at in the wilderness when trying to get away from Rick at the end of Season 3. That was really just because they were afraid that he was going to get rid of Beth because she still wasn't 100% on whether or not she was a clone. I know there's still a lot of theories out there about that. Even Dan Harmon still likes to tease people about that.
Beth is a clone.
Just to be clear, that's not him confirming that Beth is a clone. That's just him having a little bit of fun with the people that are filming this interview that they had at Comic-Con. But the other clip is him just looking at his scrapbook, filling in the gaps in his timeline between the Season 2 post-credit scene and the Season 3 post-credit scene, like where did his kid come from? How did he meet his wife? What's going on here? So they give you all this extra backstory showing him at all these different locations during the Season 3 episodes through his timeline as he slowly meets his wife. Like you flash back to him when he was Morty's age in a class where he met his version of Jessica. It's even like a Mrs. Poopy Butthole designed to look kind of like a Jessica. Then they're a little bit older, still studying in school, but they're sitting on a bench from Cronenberg World made up of a whole bunch of different people, just going back to that planet. Then they graduate high school, they get their GEEDs, like he said in the Season 3 post-credit scene, just as it looks like the galactic government is taking over their world at the end of Season 2. Then they're just a little bit older, they have the same rebellion arc in the background as you see Season 3 Episode 1, the galactic government leaving Earth. Then they visit the same detoxification spa from season 3 episode 6, and it seems like they had the same fight with their toxic selves. Make all the theories you want about what parts of Mr. Poopy Butthole you think were toxic. Probably the part that took all those pills, because when he comes back, he's not on the pills anymore. This is them during the events of season 3 episode 3. You see Jaguar in the background getting ready to jump out of a plane. Then they're a little bit older, they're continuing their courtship with a picnic in the park while they're being watched from the bushes by one of the aliens from season 3 episode 9 that Jerry was hunting with Kiara. Then there's a version of his proposal that matches exactly Morty's memory from Morty's mind blowers that Rick had to erase. I saw a lot of people after that split on what Morty's memory of this meant. A lot of people thought that he was just helping him practice his proposal. The other half thought that it really did mean he was proposing to Morty, who then said yes and had to have his memory wiped because it would be complete disaster for Rick and he didn't want to have any part of that nonsense. They get married, they reveal that he's canonically Jewish, he's being married by the rabbi that you see pop up in regular Rick and Morty episodes, or his wife was and he converted to her religion. Then it seems like him moving them into a different apartment within the complex of apartments that he lives in, because the apartment is almost the exact same, but there was no dining room in the season 2 apartment he was living in. Then there's this whole montage of him scrapbooking his pets like they're people, and this relationship that runs its own full arc from friendship to the death of the cat. There's even a plumbus here in the background. Everyone is so sad that the cat is dying, he can't help it. But wait, within what looks like minutes of him grieving, his wife is telling him she's pregnant with their son. Looking at the ultrasound here, I guess we learned Easter egg that the poopy butthole species grow their top hats in the womb, so it's part of their body. If you're a super big Nintendo fan, that's sort of like the joke about Toad's head. What's going on? Is he wearing a hat? Is that mushroom sitting on his head? Or is it actually part of his head? And if you weren't sure, that actually is part of his head. That is not a hat that he wears. You kind of have to assume that his species or the culture behind his race is toilet-based, so the poopy butthole name has some logic in their reality. This is just meant to be the baby shower. This is her doing that Beyonce pose from that post a couple years ago. If you don't remember, she got pregnant with her first child with Jay-Z. They did this whole big baby reveal thing. They go through the birth of their son, then he looks up at the sky, thanking a higher power for his good fortune, just because he was in such a terrible place after season 2, addicted to all those pills. There have been a lot of people that have wondered if his character is just going around on adventures with an alternate version of Rick that's not C-137 Rick, and that's how they explain the way they use him in episodes, making you wonder if he's real or not real. Is this all happening? Is this imaginary? He is a confirmed real character, but the way the writers were using him when he showed up during season 2 was to gaslight you, the audience, because the whole episode was about gaslighting. Like, wait a minute, what's real? What's fake? What's just these parasites making me think that all this stuff happened? Showing you he's real at the end of the episode, but for some strange reason, Beth doesn't have any pictures of him, even though he's been hanging out with their family this whole time. So the easiest way to explain that is that he's just going around with an alternate version of Rick that's not C-137 Rick. You could also just chalk that up to Beth being kind of an asshole and not thinking about Mr. Poopy Butthole, because if she's not going to put Jerry's number in her phone and they're married, then why would she have pictures of a bunch of other people?
Hi, you went directly to voicemail because your number's not in my phone. Don't leave a message.
But everyone, let me know if you spotted any big Easter eggs in these holiday promos that I didn't mention in the video, and I'll keep doing bonus videos as they release more promos for the back half of season 4, or if we get any big news about when episodes are actually coming back. Congratulations, Matthew Williams, you're the giveaway winner from my last big Rick and Morty video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your details. Everyone click here for my season 4 episode 5 video, and click here for my Rick and Morty season 4 episode 6 trailer video. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. Happy holidays.